Hi guys, welcome back to this week's Technical Insights. Singapore stocks ended higher on Friday, 29th of September. The Straits Times Index rose 0.32% or 10 points to close at 3,217 points. On the broader market, winner beat losers 379 to 229. About 1.5 billion securities worth 968 million change hands. The biggest winner on Friday was CapitaLand Invest, which rose 2.7% or 8 cents to $3.10, and Prado was the top decliner for the day, falling 1.9% or 1 cent to 51 cents. Across the region, key indices largely ended higher. The Hang Seng Index rose about 2.51%, but the Nikkei 225 had a loss of 0.05%. Markets in China and South Korea were closed for Mid-Autumn Festival as well as the Chuseok celebrations. For the week, the Dow Jones Index was down 1.34% to close at 33,507 points. The S&P 500 slided about 0.74% to close at 4,288 points. Tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite Index however, was able to eke out a gain of 0.06% to end the week at 13,219 points. The US indices saw sharp losses for the month as well as the quarter, both of which concluded last Friday. The Dow Jones Index notched a 3.5% decline this month and a 2.6% fall for the quarter. The S&P 500 finished the month down 4.9% and the quarter lowered by 3.7%. The Nasdaq Composite was off 5.8% in September and down 4.1% for the quarter. Both the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq Composite Index posted their worst month this year. The Hang Seng Index slipped 1.37% to close at 17,809 points, even though it saw a 2.51% rise on Friday. Our STI Index rose 3.9% for the week to close at 3,217 points, causing the massive 2.3% slide that we saw last week for the benchmark. Our three local banks did well last week. DBS rose 1.17% to close at $33.64. UOB gained 0.99% to close at $28.50. OCBC jumped 1.59% to close at $12.81. SGX also ended in the green last week, which was up 0.1% to finish at $9.75. The biggest winner for the week on the STI was Hong Kong Land, whose share price shot up more than 3.4% last week to $3.57 on news that they repurchased another 727,900 shares last Thursday at the weighted average price of $3.57 as well. At the other end, the biggest loser this week was Venture Corp, whose share price crashed more than 5.4% to close at $12.37. DBS Group Research upgrade Venture to buy from hold and keep their target price at $15.40 on 13th of September. Bloomberg analyst consensus 12-month target price for Venture Corp is $15.56. So for this week's technical analysis, let's look at both Hong Kong Land as well as Venture Corp. First, let's look at Hong Kong Land, who was the biggest winner last week on news of their share buyback. The year-to-date high was spotted at the beginning of the year at around the $4.75 zone on January the 30th. The year-to-date low occurred during the last 2 weeks when on 4 consecutive trading sessions on 21st, 22nd, 25th and 26th September, Hong Kong Land share price touched a low of $3.41 and bounced up. The primary trend observed since the beginning of the year was a downtrend, and prices have been consolidating around here between the year-to-date low of $3.41 and the recent high of $3.71 in July. The jump that we saw last Thursday also broke above both the white color line and the yellow color line, which is the 20 days moving average and the 50 days moving average respectively at $3.52 and $3.53. It is a very positive sign over here, at least on the short term. This also means that we may see a crossover of the 20 days moving average and the 50 days moving average pretty soon, and this could be another sign of a change in trend. So the first support for the share price will come in at the 20 days and the 50 days moving average at $3.52 and $3.53. This next support level would definitely be the year-to-date low that we saw at $3.41. The immediate resistance level will be the $3.71, which is the recent high that we saw on 7th of September. Breaking above this, we may likely see the share price rise up to the 200 days MA, which is the red color line that you see here at the $4.06 level. On the MACD indicator, we can see that the crossover of the MACD line above the signal line last Thursday, and then we have a 2 positive histogram bar. A positive sign that this could be a change in trend upwards, especially if both lines can break above the zero baseline in the MACD indicator. The RSI reading on last Friday landed at 53 compared to the RSI 14 days moving average of 43. A break above the 50-point neutral mark also means that on the RSI it is showing that it's starting to gain uptrend momentum as well. So I do believe that things are starting to look positive now for Hong Kong land, even though this might be a counter trend move against the primary downtrend. Next, let's look at Venture Corp, whose share price dropped by more than 5.4% last week to close at $12.37. It created a new year-to-date low as well on Friday last week at $12.32. The year-to-date high was $18 on 7th of February, and the primary trend that we observed since this year-to-date high was a downtrend with a formation of a series of lower highs as well as lower lows. On the moving average, we also saw a steep downturn in the 20 days moving average over here, which is not a very good indication. Both the 50 days moving average as well as the 200 days moving average are trending downwards as well. This means that both the near-term trend and the long-term trend are both looking pretty negative. The year-to-date low at $12.32 was a consolidation period way back in 2020. Resistance level can be seen around recent high on 15 September at $13.28, with the upper bound of the Bollinger Band at $13.30. The 50 days moving average is also nearby the yellow line, which is the $13.36 level. So a lot of resistance level to watch out for over this area. On the MACD indicator, we saw the crossover of the signal line below the MACD line last Thursday, a negative sign that the downtrend is highly likely to continue. The reading on the RSI was at 31 and still a point above the 30-point oversold level. We also saw the RSI reach a low of 17 on the downtrend somewhere in May as well. This signals that the downtrend is not yet complete, as we have not reached the 30-point mark on the RSI and still way off the RSI year-to-date low of 17 in May. So there may be more downside to come for Venture Corp. So with that, I've come to the end of this week's video. As usual, if you find this video useful, consider giving us a like or a share, and do hit that subscribe button to stay up to date to our latest content. And I'll see you again next week in the next Technical Insights.